the only way to show you some of the stuff that I want you to see was to wake up at 5:30 in the morning and come out here before it started to get crowded. The population of Venice at any point is many times higher than the people who actually live here. It's very expensive to live here. Most people are visitors, and the touristy areas are full of visitors. People are arriving, they're unloading boats, having their coffee, their Italian pastries. This is Venice coming alive. Cafe. I needed this. Where the f am I? I expected there to be some people in the square, but look at this. It's completely empty. So this is St. Mark's Square. Typically, you want to book a hotel central to St. Mark's. It's really where all of the tourist destinations are central to. I'm going to show you one of the oldest things in Venice. These statues right here. During the Crusades, the prime minister basically of the Venetian city-state at the time decided to actually lead the people to Constantinople to conquer it and then bring back all the spoils of war. One of the spoils was these. All the columns are different. See how they're all different materials because they were stolen. When this church was originally built, it didn't have these columns on the outside and it didn't have all the gold mosaics around. Everything sort of ties into St. Mark, including the lion with wings, which is the symbol of St. Mark and has become the symbol of Venice. I also sometimes say you don't really want to look like a tourist, having your map out and sort of being blatant about those things to sort of advertise that you don't know the local ways. But here in Venice, most of the people are tourists. Everyone here that I've met has been very nice. Everyone. You don't always need to find a bridge when you want to cross the canal in Venice. These are these shuttle gondolas that run back and forth across the canal. It's €2 to cross, €2 of course to come back. You'll see these fountains all over Venice. This is clean water. You can drink these, so you can fill up your water bottles, completely clean. This is the real Rialto market, whereas the one when you come off the bridge has a lot of crap. I was going to sugarcoat it, but that's exactly what it is, crap. So this is all the fresh produce that you'd get if you were a Venetian. If you lived here, this is where you would shop for your fresh stuff. You can get fresh meat if you were local, because obviously if you're a tourist, you really have nowhere to prepare it. To see the real Venice, come to the real Rialto market. If you want horse meat, yeah, you heard that right. If you want fresh horse meat, this is where you go. Best. The best. I don't know about that. I'm not going to eat it. This is a delivery boat behind us, which would normally be a delivery truck. This is a delivery boat, and this one happens to be delivering alcohol. Campari, Aperol, Cynar, classic Italian spirits. You get used to the fact that the mode of transportation, the primary mode of transportation here is by boat, is by water. So even if you are moving homes, you then of course take a moving boat. The gondolas behind you, which are mostly, primarily, solely for taking a romantic cruise along the canals. It costs €80 to hop on a gondola, and it is a half-hour trip. So you can hop on one of these, which is this is an authentic gondola passing behind me. There are also inauthentic gondolas. A quick little lesson on the gondola here. You can see a gondola passing behind me. This is actually a real gondola, whereas this one here is not a real gondola. So a real gondola would have ornamentation, bigger ornamentation on the front. It has a place where the gondolier can stand on the back, and then the hook where the oar goes is much more ornate and is carved from a real piece of wood. Why would someone not have a real gondola? Well, they're expensive. They cost around €40,000 to buy a real gondola. One like this is less than half of that price, and they're all black. And the reason that they're black is because in 1500 there was a law passed, because these were the limos of the rich and famous back then. If you were a wealthy family, you had your own gondola, and then your gondolier would be like your chauffeur, like your limo driver. And they were getting so ornate, the government wanted a more level playing field for the aristocrats, so they decreed that all gondolas needed to be black. So since then, they have all been black. This behind me is Florian Cafe. It is the oldest cafe in Venice. It sits right here on St. Mark's Square. It's a great place to have a delicious aperitif. Mel is getting their hot chocolate, which they're known for. If you come here in the middle of the day, you will be faced with quite massive lines to get into the Doge's Palace and then to the bell tower.